Hey everybody, welcome back to Crafting Chaos with Melanie. This is Melanie and I'm so happy you're here. First, I just want to say I am sorry this video was not up last night. I had said it was going up on Sunday and I ran into all kinds of difficulty and I'm on my own this week trying to figure things out. The hubby is working and can't help me this week. So I did the video last night, and I didn't press record on my phone. Now, my husband and I, we are on the search for a good camera to record the video so I don't have to use my phone, but we haven't made that investment yet. That will be coming. But that was just me, and anybody that knows me knows, well, that's something I would do. And I was so discouraged, but here I am. I'm gonna just, brush it off and we're gonna continue. And what I'm gonna do is show you what I did to complete this album almost. There's one more thing I wanna do. I'm gonna tell you what it is and I'm gonna show you on another album, but I'm not gonna do it on camera because it's just kind of boring. It adds a punch. And it really helps the album, but you don't need to watch a video on it. So what I had done since the last video is I finished the last 2 pages. I'll show you when we get there, and we did the cover. So the cover, all I did was get a cut apart from a paper pad that I had here. And this paper pad I've had in my stash for a long time. This is not the paper pad I was using, but I like this. So, when you get those paper pads, there's all kinds of cut aparts in it. Unfortunately, the one that I was using, the Die Cuts with a View one from Joann's, it's the Farmstead Harvest. Their cut aparts weren't that great in this for the album that I was making. So I really didn't use any of the cut aparts in this. I used the flip side and used the other paper on the opposite side of it. But I put that there. I thought it looked really good. And then all I did was stamp a few things out. I had a pumpkin stamped out. I added this pretty flower that was in my stash. That's from Prima. And all I did was layer up. These are scraps, guys. This is scraps at its best. This ribbon is scrapped ribbon I had. So I put that on there. This paper is scraps from the top of where I trimmed out the pumpkin. This was the top of the paper that was left, so I used that. And then I made this beautiful bow, and this is called a messy bow. And if you would like, I'll show you how to make this. I may do that later on in the week because this is a bow you can use over and over again, the technique. And I learned this from Brooke on Refab. Because I am not a bow maker. I'm going to tell you, the 2 things I am not good at is making bows or sewing. They're just not my thing, and I need to work on that. But when I come across this with this bow, oh my goodness, I'm like, this has my heart. This is the new way we're making bows, and it's beautiful. And all it is just a bunch of ribbon crisscrossed and tied. So I'll show you how to do that. And then this, I think, is what add a major punch to this album. Isn't that beautiful? These are these silver clips, see? And all I did was cut ribbon, around 5-inch strips of ribbon. That one isn't tied very good. And I just tied them on. And I just picked 3 or 4 ribbons that was in my stash that I like. And I just went around it. And I used the fall colors. Guys, I haven't bought any ribbon this year. This is ribbon that I've had. I will tell you, the crochet type ribbon, I actually have it right here. This ribbon right here is from Dollar Tree, and I keep it. Anytime I go to Dollar Tree, I buy this. This is beautiful in albums. This is beautiful on tags. This is beautiful on cards. Anything you want to give a vintage or a shabby chic look, this is beautiful ribbon. I don't know if you'd even call it ribbon. It's like crocheted. Isn't that gorgeous? So I keep that in my stash. And then I know the gingham, this orange gingham, come from Hobby Lobby, and it was $2.99 for 10 yards, and obviously I got 40% off that, so it is really inexpensive. And then these others, this is Dollar Tree. It's just whatever ribbon you have on hand. And I will tell you, when you're doing a project like this, or if you are a ribbon lover like me, I do like the Dollar Tree ribbon. But I will tell you, it's not a lot of yardage for your dollar. The best place for me to get ribbon, I love Hobby Lobby ribbon during the seasons. when you go into their stores, they always have seasonal ribbon, and you can always get it 40% off, and it's usually at least 5 to 10 yards. It's a great deal. So I spend a lot of money there on ribbon. Okay, so that's what we did there. Remember, these are our first pages we did on camera. And we're just going to add a 4x6 photo. That's what's so great about this album, is when you get it, you can just add your photos. All you have to do is print it. You don't have to cut them. You don't have to do anything. Put glue on them, put them in the album, and you're set. So we did this on screen. We just did some stamps. This was just, you know, a simple two photo page. This was one of the photo flip, the waterfall that we made. I love this. And this, I am going to go back and put photo frames there for you. You will have places for 8 photos there. I'm sorry, I thought I'd done that. So I will take care of that. And then these are the pockets. I love the pockets. You can do anything you want in these pockets. One thing I did do is I made these glassine bags. And this is a template from Genevieve Designs. She sells many albums, scrapbook type templates, and then she goes on her YouTube channel and she teaches you how to make scrapbooks with her templates. So what I've done, a lot of her templates has a lot of extras in it, and I keep those on hand and use them as embellishments. This is actually an album. She teaches you how to make an actual album with this. I'm using it as a bag, and I thought what was really cool is you could take, I put this in here, this is from the cut-aparts, and you can write your memory, tell the story, what you're thinking, what your kids were thinking, something that you want to remember about this book. And instead of having it out for everybody to read, you can actually just stick it in the bag. And it's there privately. So that's something you can do there. But I did add a couple of these in here. You can do what you want. You can take them out and use them for something else, okay? All right, remember these were the blessed and grateful wooden signs from Hobby Lobby. These are the last pages that I did, and all I did was put a 4x6 photo mat on each page. This little squirrel is so cute. This is a digital stamp from last year, and what's so good about digital stamps is you can maneuver them. You can manipulate the size, put them in Word and manipulate, and I love that. So I made a tag. I'll just show you an example. This is the same squirrel. Look at that. How cute. Isn't that just darling? See how little that is? So I went from that to that. Oh, I love that. And there's that ribbon again. That's so pretty. And then I did the same over here, and this is a stamp set from May May. This is an older stamp set. I don't know the year. She's had this stamp set for several years, but I use this stamp set all the time. I love this stamp set. Sunflowers and beautiful sentiments that you can use on a card. As you can tell, the stamp set is very loved. I use it over and over again. And anytime somebody comes out with a new stamp set that I fall in love with sunflowers, I'm like, nope, I'm not buying it because I have this stamp set. And I've had, oh my God, I would say this is at least 4 years old. It could be older, I don't know. But this is Sunflower Wishes. So if you want to check May May out at maymaymadeit.com in her store, I'm sure she still has this. It's a staple. It is what I call a workhorse. Use it all the time. And right here, what I did is I did a tag, but I just cut it off and just used it as a decorative element. Just something simple, and then added some sequins just to give it a little bit more pizzazz. Isn't that pretty? And then I didn't do anything with the back. So the last thing I'm going to be doing to this album is adding jute to the stems. I do this for 2 reasons. One, I think it finishes the album. I think it looks really good, and I do go through and I do each one of them. So every one of these is going to have jute at the top to make it, it just pulls it together looking like a pumpkin, I think. And another thing is, if you look at this right now, it doesn't set even. You know, you have a lot of bulk here, you don't here, so it just kind of, you know, it's lopsided. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it's lopsided. When you add the jute to the top, it gives it even spacing, so your album will set on your coffee table and it won't be lopsided, and I love that. And I'm going to show you that in an album that I made 3 years ago. So how do you get this album? All right, guys, I've told you from the beginning of this is the 4th video, you need to like the video and give me a comment. On Friday of this week, I will be picking a winner out for this album, and I will be mailing you this album along with a few extra tidbits that you can use in the album, especially in these pockets. There's a lot you could do with these pockets. These blank tags that I have given you, you could decorate these tags and make these whatever you want. You could pull them out and use them for something else, whatever it is you'd like to do with them. So I'm going to be adding some extra of the ephemera that I'm using, which is the stamped leaves. I do have a whole pack of these that I will be sending with this album along with a card. So you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment, and that album will be picked out on Friday and will be mailed out on Friday. It'll be mailed out as soon as you send me your address. All right, so this album is beautiful. It is. I think this is a gorgeous album, but this album isn't meant to just be set out like this and just be pretty and blank. And it is. This album's pretty, but it's blank. It doesn't have your story in it. And that's what's going to make this album come alive. And that's what I want you to do when you get this. I want you to take the album and print off your pictures and turn this album into a scrapbook. And the way you do that is put your pictures in it. Now, this is the album that I made 3 years ago. This is a 3-year-old album. I set this out every year. It's still in perfect condition. It's in the same shape it has been since the day I've made it. That's what inspired the album that I made that I'm giving away. And it's basically the same setup, only it's a little bit smaller. This was a smaller, this is a Dollar Tree sign, just like the other one. It's just a different shape. I did the same thing. I made the messy bow. See, I've been doing that for a long time. I did the ribbon on your binder clips. I just did a cluster of shapes, fall shapes that I love, and I couldn't find these this year. These are actually wooden pumpkins from the Dollar Tree, and they were just a wooden color, so I painted them or colored them with my markers. So that just shows you with the markers, and just added, a few embellishments. But this is what makes it. Oh, and another thing, you see how even this is setting? It's not lopsided. It is totally because of the way I did the stems. The stems give it an even space, so your album will not be lopsided, and I love that. So that is why I'm going to go back on the other one and do it. But look, this has my pictures in it that make me happy. I look at this and I remember, this is the day that my family and I, all of my family, all my siblings and my mom went to the Gorge in Coburn, Virginia, and we did pictures. And the quality of the pictures aren't great. That's okay. It wasn't a professional. It was my brother-in-law. He did a fantastic job. I'll be forever grateful for him for doing that for us that day. But this really, I love this. And I look at my kids now who are 25, 23, and 17, and look how little they were. Oh, this is all my brothers, my brother and my sisters and my mom. And I love this picture because I'm not there anymore. I'm 14 hours away, so I don't get to see them. So I love pulling out these scrapbooks and seeing all these memories that we made. We were, and still are, a very close-knit family, and we used to get together. Any occasion that give us a reason to get together, an excuse to get together, we did it. So these make me happy. I look at this book and it makes me happy. Now, this is the first waterfall I ever did, and it's not even. It is... When you really look at this waterfall, there's a lot of mistakes, but I don't care. It's for me and I love it, and it's the first one I ever did. And I did do a magnetic closure on this one, so I was super proud of that. But I just did fall scenery, all the places we had been in the fall throughout this book here. And right here is just a strip of fabric. This was a scrap. I thought it looked cute there, and I put it there. I just did a little decorative off there and some pictures here. But as you can tell, this is what really, these are the pictures that made me happy. These are the pictures that bring back memories for me. And there's not a lot of pictures in this one. I kept it very simple. This is a May Made It stamp set, another OG I love. I use it still to this day all the time, the little wagon and the fall foliage in it. It's so pretty. You'll recognize this stamp set. You know, this is a Simon Says stamp set. Obviously, it's at least 3 years old because this book is 3 years old. So, yeah, love my fall. Love it. Okay. All right. So, don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and leave a comment. And I will be back on Friday with the name of the winner of this book. I'm so excited about this. Now, videos for the week. I will be uploading Wednesday and Friday of this week. I have a couple of extra bonus videos. I don't know when I'm going to throw in that I've already recorded. One is a haul video of some fall items that I've bought, and I think there's a Christmas paper pack in that video. I'm going to throw that up as well. On Wednesday, we are going to be making some cards and with a couple of different companies, and they're brand new stamp sets. One is from Honeybee Stamps we're going to be using. We're also going to be using one from Catherine Pooler. I have one coming in the mail, my Stamp of the Month stamp set from May, and I hope it comes today. If it comes today, I am going to use that stamp as well. We're going to do a couple of different cards. And we're just going to throw in a bunch of different companies because that's what we do on this channel. You know, we're just not a one company channel. I love showing love to all the different ones, and I love, you know, showing you that you don't have to just use one thing. You can venture outside the box and use, you know, go rogue and use all kinds of things. So that is going to be the Wednesday video. I know I'm rambling. I'm sorry about that. And then on Friday is going to be a recap video. And what I'm going to be doing Friday is, one, giving away the album, and two, I'm going to show you all the projects that I have made with the rest of this paper pad. Okay? This paper pad is not going back up for me. I am using this paper pad. Every bit of it that I can use, I'm using. I'm getting started on that as soon as this video is done. And Friday, it will be a recap of all the projects that I made with this paper pad that is 36 sheets of 12 by 12 paper, and it is double-sided, which I love. So we will be doing that on Friday. So thank you for spending your morning with me. Again, I apologize for it going up late, but sometimes that's life. And I can't wait to see you guys on Wednesday. Y'all have a great week. See you later.